Hi, Shelby here from Scrap with Shelby. Today I'm going to teach you a new technique that I learned recently at a convention. I want to give credit where credit is due, so the booth that I was visiting was Just for Fun Stamps, and they're mostly a card making company. I'm not a card maker, I'm a scrapbooker, so I wanted to show you how to take the same technique and use it on a scrapbook page. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of cardstock and I've cut out these rectangle shapes with just my straight trimmer. Now you could do any shape with your trimmer or with perhaps your die cut machine. Anything will work. So it's the technique I'm going to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down another piece of white cardstock here, and I'm going to line up the template that I made right over it, just like that. So essentially what I've done is I've made like a mask. And I'm going to use Shimmerz products. So some of the colors I'm going to be using are Seafoam and Sapphire, and I have 4-leaf clover and eucalyptus here. Now when you use Shimmerz, what you want to do is you want to roll it in your hand like this. You don't want to shake it because then you get all kinds of air and stuff in the tubing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start, and I'm going to start with the darker colors. I like to do the darker colors on the outsides and then do the lighter colors on the inside. So I'm going to start with the Sapphire. I'm just going to mist it over the whole thing. And like I said, I'm going to do the darker colors more in the corners, perhaps, and then I'm going to start to bring the lighter colors on the inside. I love Shimmerz so much because it's very easy to use. The color is bright and opaque, so I feel like you don't have to be an artist to use that. Already I think the color is starting to come up. So I'm just going to go from dark to light. And as I go light, I'm going to do the lighter colors in the center. The last color here is Seafoam. I just think it makes the center pop. So what I could even do is add some yellow or gold to this. At the end, I always like to add something bright and shimmery. Like concrete is a good one to add some silver to it. Or this is my favorite to use. This is Tuscan Sun, because it adds like a gold shimmer to it. It's very subtle, but I just like the little shimmer. I kind of put this on the end of almost all my projects. There we go. Very simple. The color will deepen and the shimmer will come up as it dries. But just to show you right off the bat, when I pull it off, he's got this pretty little look here. Hopefully, as well, you can start to see in the light maybe some of the shimmering coming up. Alright, so we're going to let that dry. And I've got another sample here that I did with light colors. Let me turn it this way so you can see. I want to point out, I did work on my craft mat here because nothing sticks to it. So even if that dries, I can just take a cloth and wipe it off. In fact, so that I don't get blue all over my pink here, I am going to wipe it a little bit, but you can see that it just wipes right off. Sometimes I keep baby wipes handy, but nothing sticks to this, so I can use this with paint and with my distress inks. They're wonderful. I definitely recommend getting them. Alright, so now we're ready to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same template. I already done it once. Normally I would put this side down, but because this is wet, I don't want to damage my existing page. So I'm just going to put that right on top. And I'm just going to line it up with the squares. Now if it doesn't line up exactly, you might have to flip it around. There we go. That's a little bit better. Alright, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my StazOn. StazOn is just so, I really love it for stamping. It's my favorite. I don't think, once I started stamping with StazOn, I have not gone back to any other ink. It is by far the best for stamping, and then I like to use the distress inks to go over it afterwards to add those little details. So I'm going to stamp up a stamp here. I always put the stamp to the block, not the other way around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on those images, but I'm going to kind of go over and overlap. So I'll put that so that part of it shows through and part of it will go on this frame. And it might not seem like it makes sense, but you're just going to have to trust me. And what I'll do is I'll do it all over and I'll mix it up. And when I'm done, let me show you the finished product. So what I've done is I've stamped over the whole thing, and when I pull it up, voila, it's done. Very simple process, very effective. So what I'll do is I'll put a little page here and maybe a couple of embellishments, and then I'm done. But what's fun about this is this piece, you can tell I've already used it several times, but you could always take the other side, spritz that, and put that as your opposite page, because that in and of itself, you can see my little scrapbook there, just putting that, I could see putting pictures behind there and having a nice pretty frame, just using the same technique. So you can keep recycling things over and over. So I really recommend using these shimmer products. They're wonderful, they are so fun, and they are on my website. We'll catch you next time at Scrap with Shelby. I think what we'll do next time with the shimmers is I'll work with templates. So that's your sneak peek for next time, is we'll use the shimmers on the templates. Alright, take care.